We're here with George Wares, the Central College softball team, also Rylee Dunkin and Carlin Smith. A 3-0 win for Stevens Point over Central in the opening round of the regional. Coach, just some initial thoughts on today's game.
Actually, they were exactly what we thought they'd be. You know, they had two quality pitchers. Shortstop, made some plays. We thought we could run on the catcher pretty much at will, but we never really got an opportunity to do that once we got down. And we thought they were a team that we could kind of control offensively, because I don't think we have any great hitters from 1 through 9, but I thought Carlin did really well. I thought all our pitchers, kept us in the game, and obviously we had some chances to score, and they're really good. I mean, I don't want to be too simplistic, but that's the simplicity of it. Their pitchers are the best two on that team, and they dominated the game. They were the reason they won the game. It wasn't anything else. It was those two pitchers.
Is there anything that you wish you might have done differently offensively to try to challenge them?
You got a suggestion? No, I mean, they throw a really good screwball. They mix it up, and part of it is, when you haven't seen them. Warnicki from our league would be somewhat compatible. The second kid throws a bit harder, but we've seen Warnicki for 4 years. So if we were in this league, we'd probably hit them better, just like teams because you get familiar with them. And so hopefully if we play them again, we'll have a little familiarity. But, I think the at-bats were pretty solid, but she was really good throwing the screwball to the lefties, and it was spinning, it was moving, and it was a hard pitch to, when you get Haley Bach that kind of easily, other than the first at-bat when she hit it really hard, you're doing something right as a pitcher. So,
Carlin, what was this experience like for you, right? For most of the season, not pitching, not really a part of it, and then here you are in a big spot, and kind of held your own out there. What was the experience like, and how did you think you did today?
I'd say it's different, but in the same way, it's like the same. The competitiveness of our league makes these games not as scary, you could say, for someone as not very consistent in the circle like I am. But I've pitched all my life, so it's nothing new to me, and I thought my defense really backed me up today.
What kind of confidence do you have that Coach feels comfortable putting you in a spot like that you've never been in before?
Well, I'd hope I give him confidence to go in there. He keeps putting me in there, but I think I'm not going to be your big strikeout pitcher, but I think I can get ground balls, I can get pop flies, and my defense can help get out. So
well, and to that point, and she's being a little humble, because she hadn't pitched very much, and early in her career, she wanted to go elsewhere in terms of position and all that, so she didn't put a lot of time into it because we said let's not. And obviously, we're not going to make an excuse with everybody has injuries, right? But when Emma Beck goes down and isn't able to pitch, when you lose the returning conference pitcher of the year, there's some impact on what you do. And I'm just really impressed with how Jaden and Carlin and Chloe have stepped up. They weren't throwing that many innings. All of a sudden, they have to throw more. And they kept us in the game. They kept us in the game, gave us a chance even in that bottom of the 7th. We got a couple runners on.
Rylee, what did you think of the pitchers today? Your pitchers.
Yeah, I thought they had a pretty solid outing. At times a little shaky, but one thing that I've kind of told myself is whoever's out there, no matter, since we don't have Beck, no matter who's out there, like, they're the best pitcher in the nation, and I believe that, and I have that confidence in them. So behind the plate, I'm just trying to encourage them and be that kind of person that can calm them down in high pressure moments, and just do everything that I can on my end to help them out. But overall today, I thought they had a pretty solid outing.
Losing this game, not ideal, but it's not the end of it. It is a double elimination tournament. A long road now awaits you. What's your confidence level in fighting your way back through this thing?
Yeah, I'm still pretty confident in our team. Honestly, like Coach said, it's pretty remarkable what we've done this year with the things that we've had to face and come back with. And I think our pitchers have done a great job stepping up. So I think this isn't going to be anything major for us. We're going to get back to the hotel, think about what we can do better, and just get ready for tomorrow. But I have a lot of confidence that moving forward, we're going to have more competitive at-bats and still play our solid defense out in the field as well.
And Coach, you've been through the losers bracket and the regional before, won a national tournament through the losers bracket. Can you just kind of speak to what challenge awaits your team and how you try to find a way to get it done?
Well, I think Rylee had a really good point. I mean, there have been, every team goes through challenges, I get it, and I'm not a big adversity guy. Adversity is when you have cancer and you might die. Losing a player in a softball game is not adversity, but I'll use that term. We've gone through a lot of that, and I think when you do that, you really live the one pitch at a time. So I'm confident we're going to come back and do whatever we can and try to beat Concordia and then get the loser of the next game. And the fact that we've done it, the fact that these people have been to the regionals, this is the 3rd straight year. This is nothing new for us. And I think Carlin's point, and Wisconsin's a really good league. I think we're the best 2 leagues in the country, quite frankly, from top to bottom. I'm not sure if there's a national champion in our league, but there's clearly a lot of depth. I think that speaks to volumes when we both got 4 teams in, and so I think we've seen it a lot. And so we're going to battle, but we know it's not going to be easy. I mean, Concordia is probably saying the same thing, you know. And we have a little history with them in Arizona, you know, different faces, but I'm sure some of them still remember that. But you know, we're looking forward to it. You know, 2 weeks ago when we lost Bach and we lost Beck, you know, I gotta think most people are saying, well, they're probably not going to make it this year, and you know, because of people like this, they did. And I gotta mention the play that Haley Bach made. I kind of a downer on her at bats today, but man, the play she made it short when it went off Higgins' glove. That's an elite play that you just take for granted when somebody's that good at shortstop.
Thanks, guys.